Welcome back to Highly Animated Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, sitting here with my co-host, Spencer. Say what's up to the fucking fans out there.
What's up, fucking fans out there?
And today we're gonna, bring back, touch upon our last episode, Top 10 Anime for Beginners. Kind of made a mistake. We didn't tell you guys where to watch that stuff and the difference between subbed and dubbed. Kind of a fuck up on our part. Spencer, you want to, elaborate a little bit more? Maybe talk about where to watch it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's fucking rocket science. Anybody could Google this shit. But I think
You're
from
saying you guys are
our
stupid. Just
standpoint,
saying. Oh, yeah.
most commonly, well, I mean, maybe not ours. You're a little bit cheaper than I am. But I've got, I watch a lot of this shit on Funimation, which is kind of, I guess, now dying. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Watch a lot of it on Crunchyroll. Those are probably my two most predominantly used sites. I guess getting into Netflix a little bit more recently,
Yeah.
but that's been like a month, if even.
Yeah, and to let everyone know, I was telling him he needed to get back on that because there is some decent, in my opinion, some animes on Netflix, and we'll probably dive into that a little bit here to see what Spencer really feels about those Netflix animes. But I'm with you, predominantly Crunchyroll. I was on Funimation for a long time until some guy, told me that Crunchyroll bought out Funimation, so I was like, oh, I don't need my Funimation account anymore. Couldn't imagine
Which
what
it
kind of
did.
guy would have done that to
This is
me.
facts. No, that's factual. That's factual.
Despite the facts, Funimation hoodwinked us all and has kept up their servers, and they keep their
I mean,
shows
not
on there
me.
still. Well, except for the masterful Houdini, that is Spencer. Could not catch him. So they caught me sleeping. What can I say? But those are the predominant ones, and those are something that you would have to subscribe to if you're listening to us and you're kind of curious. But we'll kind of go into it right now, like I just hinted at a little bit earlier, is if you already have, which we assume most people do, a Netflix, a Hulu, fuck, I even think Amazon. You can find anime on all of those.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right. I know, and so all these platforms. This is going to what we've been saying about the popularity is just gaining fucking steam, right? And so it's funny to us. There are people we know that are like, oh, it's kind of nerdy that you watch it or what, and they don't believe in it. They're adverse to it. It's funny to us because we're like, well, it's growing everywhere. Like, what do you think about that, Spencer? Like, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I hadn't even thought about it. Yeah, you got the Amazon. Amazon Prime's got a couple of the shows out there. Hulu. I don't watch Hulu myself personally, so I don't know what's on there. But I know that there is things on there. You see the commercials or the advertisements for it on the internet and on different things all the time, kind of popping up like that. But I think you kind of hit on the head. Definitely credence into the popularity and ever growing interest in the field, which I think it was even, I want to say Fortnite's got like some fucking Naruto thing. No, Demon Slayer. It's like
Oh,
a Demon
really?
Slayer
I
crossover right
think
now or
you're right.
something.
Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
One of my buddy's kids was telling me, and I was just like, "What? You get out of here!" Right? And fair enough, it's like you dress up as a little fucking Tanjiro, but you're out there trying to win the battle royale.
And it's funny you say that because I don't know if you noticed it. And for those that don't know, we're both Raider fans, even though it's a tough day. But during the commercials, did you see they had the Reincarnated as a Slime movie preview going on?
Did-
Oh no, because
I did not
I
see
was watching
that.
because I'm watching on Hulu. That's right. You're not watching. Oh, okay. Well, so on Hulu, they fucking played that shit in Japanese, might I add, which I was like, whoa, like that's so yeah. For the movie that's coming out, already came out. And for those listening, movies are a really good way to get into it. I actually haven't watched a lot of them. Spencer, you said you've watched a fair amount of like anime movies related to some of the big shows, right? If not most,
Yeah, the bigger ones,
the
not
bigger ones,
not some
yeah,
of the.
not just everything.
Yeah. I've seen like all the One Piece movies and Naruto movies.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, because we got into talking about Bleach a little bit, which I think I did get you guys into it, but then didn't finish it. I think that's why you always talk so much shit to me about it, is because I got you into it, but didn't finish it myself. And now I'm going back through it and going to finish it because the 1,000-Year War is out now, which is, pretty much brand new, right? Have you been able to dive into that yet?
No, I got to figure out a way that I'm going to watch that without having to go back to the old school internet style of, hey, this
It's
show,
on
this
Hulu.
episode
That's your
free.
problem right there. You're gonna have to pony up maybe.
Mm,
Hmm. I was telling you
yeah.
that. I don't know if you
Ooh.
remember. It was kind of late, so maybe it slipped your mind. But
No, yeah. When I said the shows that I watch or the apps that I watch them on, I'm sure you know, that didn't say Hulu, so
but it's got one that you're interested in, right? I mean,
it does. Yeah,
okay.
no, that'd be a good one. I need to. How many episodes does it have out as of now? Would be what I need to know
That is a good
to determine
question.
how soon I'm making the jump or not.
No, that's a fair point. I'm sure it's only a couple. It's not enough to what's the word? Satiate? No,
Yeah,
to
yeah. If I'm sitting there
satisfy.
and it's got like 5, 6 episodes out, and I'm about to be paying what is it, fucking 10, $12 a month, like,
Probably.
suck it, dude. I can get in on that. I'll find somewhere to watch this on the web, on a website like we used to do back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. No, that was God. That was
I
purely
can
hell
close out.
watching that.
I can close out of a couple browsers here and there.
Three, not a
I got
couple,
no problem.
three browsers minimum in
Yeah.
a row, almost every fucking time. Those are the days. That was tough. So yeah, so we noticed in the last episode we were listening back, we're like, damn, we didn't tell them where to watch it. And like Spencer said, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to kind of just like, oh, I heard the name, I Google it, I see where I can watch it. We're sure you guys are smart enough to figure that out, but I felt like we did you guys an injustice. So I just wanted to clarify where we kind of watch it at and how we analyze it when we're watching stuff. But I do agree that, and from my aspect, those are growing platforms. I'm going to talk about a couple new ones with Spencer here that I don't think he knows about one or two that I've talked about with, but we haven't talked about these ones together in general. So we're going to get you guys an open, honest reaction between me and him. And then later, I'm going to bring up maybe one on Netflix to to see if I can get Spencer to show a little emotion, because he wasn't very happy with me on my suggestion. I'm sure he can.
Are we talking about apps?
No,
Are we talking about apps you can watch shows on
I'm
when you say
talking.
platform?
No, I'm
Or
talking about the show that I had you watch on an app that you just
yeah,
started watching.
I
Okay.
know that, but you said you're gonna talk about some platforms that I wasn't
No, some
familiar with.
shows on the platform we watch. Sorry, was it not clear? My bad.
Oh,
On
okay.
Crunchyroll. On
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crunchyroll.
Yeah, because I was gonna say what I'd be interested to know what other platforms people do use to watch shows. Like
True.
I
Okay.
know I know there's that one that's like High Dive or
I did see.
something.
I was reading something like that too. I'm just one of
Um,
these shows I was looking at.
there I saw some shit on
That's funny that
Xbox the
you
other
just
day
said
that
that.
was
That's
like,
fucking hilarious because literally this one show I'm gonna bring up. The second comment is talking about that, or the first one person's like blah blah. Part of it is on High Dive. That's hilarious. You just said that. Wow.
yeah, and I think there's another kind of bigger popular one
I
too.
never heard
I'm
of High Dive, to be
blanking on what
honest.
it's called right now. I think it starts with a V or some shit. Um, yeah, I can't remember, but I think there's a couple other ones. And I mean, fuck, who knows what there is out of the states, right? There might be some other fucking apps that are out there that are not super popular in the states that
Yeah, I mean,
have a
we've
lot of
been
content on them that we're just not aware of.
speaking of
I mean, I
how
don't fucking know.
how you're saying that. I think I've told you, and we take these numbers with a grain of salt. So obviously, we're starting this podcast. We're trying to bring this to you guys, like Spencer alluded on the last one, because we just enjoy this. We enjoy trying to share it with people, get them interested, and even if they're not interested, just hear why they're not interested. And through the our platform that we're on, and when we're putting our stuff out on Spotify and everything else, also little plug here, guys, get onto Instagram, Highly Animated P, come, and it's just so funny, but Highly Animated Podcast is taken, sorry guys. So that's our handle. We want you guys to drop comments in there because that's how we're going to get engaged with you guys when we're dropping everything here, because most of our platform's audio, and at some point down the road maybe we'll get more visual with a lot of stuff, but it's just me and Spencer rocking the fort here. So we're going to take our time with all that and just try to bring you guys quality audio content. But the show I wanted to bring up to you, funny you're saying about the High Dive and all that other stuff, and maybe you've heard of this one. I hadn't, and it's caught my interest right away, so I just want to bring it up right away. I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to try my best. Utawar Rumuno. So Utawarerumono. Mask of Truth. You ever heard of that? Utawa
Not based off that fucking name.
Rimono. Utawa Rimino. Maybe something like that. Mono. Mask of Truth.
Mm-hmm.
No? Crunchyroll,
Can you
dude.
give me the English version,
I don't know
or
if that.
it's on
It is
Crunchyroll
on.
under that name?
Yes. Yes.
No, it's not. It's not ringing a bell.
Well, this show looks dope, and it's got a lot. It's got 28 episodes on here, and then I went to go read the comments, and the first comment is, need to watch the first 2 seasons. For those that don't know, this is the 3rd season, what I'm talking about right now, or part 3 of a or 3-part series. The first one came out in 2006 and takes place several years before this, about 18 years or so, and is on Funimation. You might be able to find it elsewhere. The second season is actually the first part of this and is on High Dive. It was once on here, but they have taken it off, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, when the fuck did they add this show? I've never seen this. Like, and I kind of, like you said, we've been in the game a little while. I kind of pride myself on knowing, like, at least 20 plus episode shows, if they're good or not. I've never fucking seen this show. Hella high rating. It's only got 23 reviews so far, so I'm assuming they just added it to their catalog, but it's a 4.5 out of, 23 actual written reviews. Sorry, 1.3 thousand average, or for the rating, 4.5 average.
Mm-hmm.
Looks good. The cover art right away draws my attention. Like, you got the army in the background with the flames. You got, looks like a priestess and some other priest dude up top. And then you got what I'm assuming are both the protagonists, a chick on the left holding some kind of sword, and the dude on the right with some mask, like some kind of metal fucking fan weapon. Looks cool.
And you're telling me this is on Crunchyroll now,
Crunchyroll.
but not to watch because 2 seasons are on High Dive.
I just read that, so this show looked interesting to me, and I wanted to bring it up to you to see if you knew it, and clearly seems like you don't. And 2, now, yes, we're gonna have to suffer to go find where, unless it's on Funimation still, because like I did say it. We're gonna have to actually do research to watch this.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if that's actually the case or not, though. Like, whatever's on, like, I'm looking at it right now. What do I see?
Beside the Iron Fan is episode 1, is what I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only got 1 English dubbed episode out, which I was looking at the scheduling, just came out. So I'm wondering,
because there's a one Utawarerumono and Utawarerumono Mask of Truth.
oh, there's another
There's
one.
2 of these. Yeah,
I only saw this one on the front page. That's why I brought it up.
I see this one when you're talking about the army and the flames and the.
Looks cool.
Yeah.
What do you think? Does it, like, first glance? That's a lot of things that I like. When I want people listening to comment, like, that's what I envision them like doing. Like, that's what I do a lot. Not always. Like, sometimes just based off a recommendation, right? You go, hey, this one's dope, so I watch it no matter what. But sometimes I look at this and I go, man, that looks pretty fucking cool. After the Emperor's death, the Yamato Empire descends into chaos. I mean, shit, I'm not even gonna read the rest of it. Sign me up. Chaos? What the fuck happens? So, yeah, I just wanted to see what you thought of that one. And there's a couple other ones I was wondering if you had seen, while we're showing the people what we're interested in, kind of how we discuss these things.
Yeah, no, I've not seen that one.
Oh, be honest.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at it initially, it wouldn't necessarily catch my interest. I mean, I might see it and be like, "Oh, okay, what's this in the background?" Honestly, as I see this guy with the fan and his little gay mask, and the chick next to him, it's not looking.
Say what you wanted to say. You didn't say this little chick next to him. That's not what you were gonna say.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, this.
This little bitch.
Yeah,
That's what you're gonna say. That's exactly what
and
you're
to be,
gonna
I
say.
mean, you're like, oh yeah, after Emperor's death, Yamato descends into chaos. I mean, yeah, what fucking show doesn't descend into chaos when you're looking at it? That doesn't necessarily grab my attention, but could be interesting, right? I get a little more intrigued further on you get down there, right? Intriguing new lands will be discovered, mysteries revealed.
Will Peace and
Okay,
order
so
be
we're talking
restored?
about
Ooh.
yeah, we're talking about a little world building, some more
Mm-hmm.
meat going into it, maybe just some characters beyond little gay mask dude and stupid little bitch girl. Like I don't know.
Don't want to spoil
Maybe he's
it for
not gay mask
everyone,
dude.
dude.
Yeah, maybe
I'm
he's a savage,
shrouding him in
bro.
mystery.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know. I mean, I know how
This
you
is
feel
not
about a
something
certain other
I initially
character.
see the picture and I'm like, geez, yeah, I gotta watch this.
No, I didn't think Gotta Watch. It does catch my eye though, and I was just wondering if you had heard of it. Sounds like you hadn't, so it would be fair to assume, maybe not fair to assume that a lot of people haven't heard about it. I mean, as we dive into this together, right? You've been
Well,
going on
I
Reddit
mean, I
a
mean,
lot,
fuck,
reading
you got
stuff.
one
I haven't
dubbed
heard
episode out too.
exactly.
Yeah, like
I haven't heard about it.
what
Is
do we got
what's the
here?
point I was kind of bringing
Oh
up.
shit,
I hadn't
this is full. You got all 28 out and subbed. So
28
yeah, I
subbed
mean, if it is,
episodes. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So,
And should we explain it to
and I don't
people,
know
or do
about
they
the
need
other
rocket
one.
science for that too? Should we not? We shouldn't even just say what subbed or dubbed is. Like people should know. I
No,
mean, yeah.
the average person probably wouldn't know. You would.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure that anybody would be familiar with the the terminology, right? From a sub, a lot of people, especially on Netflix now, like you're all about
Oh, I
watching
am. You know I
the
am.
foreign shows and shit, right? So
Mm-hmm.
obviously you got to be watching those subbed
Yep. True.
or subtitles,
Subtitles.
subtitles because it's not in English for
Dang.
us uncultured
I
swine.
love
But
your breakdown, man. That is woo.
then when you break it into the dubbed, which is where
Let the people know.
you live your
Uh
life.
huh. Uh huh.
That is it switched over to English speakers taking over from wherever it was produced at,
And what's kind of the
Japanese,
knock? What's kind of the knock on that
Korea,
sometimes for those purists out there? Do you know what I'm alluding to here?
between like the switch to dub sub.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think most people generally get the idea that a dub show doesn't have the same feeling or emotion coming through as far as the
Yep.
voice actor
Mm-hmm.
goes.
I knew
I think that's
you'd see it.
predominantly what we gets thrown at. And I mean, to be frank, there are a lot of shows where sometimes the dubbed is better, sometimes the subbed is better
Sometimes
on a
the language is getting
larger
lost in the
scale.
dub. Yeah, definitely.
The subbed is probably better. I mean, I watch a lot of shit subbed,
Compared
where
to me,
you're not
for sure.
as
Yeah.
you're not as
Yeah,
open
there's no question.
minded, but
Yeah. No, I'll watch it sub. Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
that's even still.
I'll watch it sub.
Yeah, and I mean, I know you'll watch it if it's one of the bangers, right? Or
Yeah.
it's a good ass show, and I'm like, dude, you gotta watch this, or you get hooked into it.
Yeah.
I know you got no problem swapping over, but I think even too, a lot of it, like I'll watch if I start watching the show, okay, yeah, and there's dubbed episodes, I'm watching it dubbed first. I don't give a fuck. Like I won't even look at the subbed one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even if there is a
100%.
subbed one, but
Yeah.
if that show's fucking slapping, I'm like, damn, dude, I gotta watch this next episode. I gotta know what happens. I have no problem immediately switching over to the subbed
Whereas
one.
I'm not the same. You're right. I'll wait and let it build up and wait for the dubbed episodes to come out. Which is kind of the nice thing about maybe this not being as mainstream, even though we think it will be, because there's no one out there to really spoil it for me. There's no one talk. There's a lot of people that talk about the big time fucking shows, right? We've said that, but there's so many good shows in between that's why when me and Spencer here were making the top 10 list for you guys the last episode, can't tell you how fucking hard that was. Like I could gush about so many other shows, but we don't want to lose you guys' attention right away. So there's a lot out there, and we'll down the road we'll discuss probably fucking all of them. But another one that I did talk to you about that I'm trying to get you to watch, that I was already trying to get you to watch, but I know you're kind of apprehensive about it, is Blue Lock, the soccer one I was telling you about. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I'll read the intro real quick just for everyone out there. This is a brand new show. This is 11 episodes. So, and if you're into sports, the sports anime genre is one of those ones that has kind of been finicky, and I think is even for us anime fans kind of a taboo in a way. Like I know there's big popular ones that probably if you're listening and you're an anime fan, like fuck you, I've watched Kuroko's basketball for fucking since day one. Well then Yeah, fuck me, and you're part of that very niche crowd inside of a niche crowd fucking already. So, but I have started taking a chance on some of these sports anime. Both actually that Kurokawa's basketball that I mentioned for a specific reason, and his Blue Lock one, A1 in my book. I've really enjoyed them. Kurokawa's basketball is definitely more of that like classroomy, like, you know, this guy's like mentally kind of savage moments, you know what I mean? Like nice writing. The show's well written, you know what I mean? But it's more drama based with some good basketball and some cool, you know, moments and whatever. The Blue Lock one that I explained to you, I don't know if you remember the explanation. This shit is fucking savage. Like this is like do or die. And I'll read the description for everyone that's listening. Japan's desire for the World Cup glory leads the Japanese Football Association to launch a new, rigorous training program to find the national team's next striker. 300 high school players are pitted up against each other for the position, but only one will come out on top. Who among them will be the striker to usher in a new era of Japanese soccer? Kind of like I said in the last one we're talking about, this shit is super misleading if you remember how I explained it to you. I don't want to ruin it for anyone out there that might want to watch it, but do you remember how I explained it to you, how it works?
Not really, no.
So
Don't mislead
I'm gonna.
anybody though. Don't ruin it
I,
for anybody.
I'm not going
Because you
to.
know why I don't really remember?
Huh.
Because I don't give a shit about soccer. I give two fucks about soccer. As soon as I heard it was a soccer show, I'm like, give a fuck if it's a soccer show. I don't give a fuck if it's a basketball show, and I like basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking watch it. I think the thing for me on sports related anime is that, and I don't know, I've not watched a lot of them. The only kind of anime sport tie-in I have seen is in some of the bigger shows where they have like, oh, hey, we're gonna have a fucking baseball game,
Nah,
or
that's bullshit. A
you
bunch of them do that
you have that
because that's
one
yeah.
episode where it's
No,
some
that
like
doesn't count.
knockoff
That
shit,
doesn't count.
and even during that, I'm like, this is fucking
Well, that's
stupid.
because
Let's get
it's
back to the
and see,
shit.
it's ruined it for you.
Well,
It's fucking
well, yeah,
ruined
because
it
it's a
for
filler
you.
shit.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if
how
I
you
watched
view it
another
now.
show, if it was specifically all just that one
Have you
sport, that
given a
one
show like that a
team,
chance?
whatever,
The
dude,
answer is
I'd be
no.
like, can
The
I get
answer
to
is no.
why I think it'd be fucking gay?
Okay.
Is
Uh-huh.
because,
Uh-huh.
hey, we've played sports. We
Yes.
played sports growing up.
Uh-huh.
Nobody got fucking super power magic like, oh, I'm gonna kick this soccer ball
But
and
because
it's
of
gonna
Lord
be
of the Rings one
flaming
time you
fucking
watched it, you're all
soccer
good with
ball.
fantasy. You can't turn into an elf or a fucking goblin either, but you're good with that.
Yeah, that's because that's fantasy, dude. Sports are real.
Oh,
Sports are real
Jesus.
shit out here, dude.
Uh,
You're trying to tell me, oh, hey, I'm gonna be playing fucking volleyball. I'm gonna just
Golden
super
Kamui's real. Those are
curve
not
this
realistic
fucking.
fucking shit, you know? Come on. What are you talking about? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
it is. That's the Russo-Japanese war. That shit happened, dude.
In Japan, they might
Those
be doing
motherfuckers
this
hate
shit
each
with
other
300 high
still.
school strikers. You don't fucking know.
No, dude. Did they win the World Cup?
No,
They sure
they
fucking
fucking
didn't.
sure didn't. No, they didn't. Uh, uh, why we bring the things up for these specific reactions. Regardless of that, guys out there listening, he might put up a tough front, but I'm gonna get this motherfucker to watch this show. So he can say whatever the fuck he wants, and he won't watch it for a
Bet.
while, but he'll get there. And when he does, he's gonna be like, "Whoa!" And for those that are like maybe a little more interested in it because they saw the opposing side, him being hell bent on not watching it, and me telling you, you know, it actually is pretty fucking good. The show offers such a different dynamic. Think of a Squid Games. That's all I'll say. You know, but no one dies. That's I could say that, and that's some might say that might be like, oh, you're giving away too much. Like, no, I'm not, because the show is pretty cut and dry. Like, either you get killing in a show or you don't. Anime is very much on that side. Even there's some shows where they like kill people, but they do it really weak. I'm trying to think of the show right now. Um,
And really quick, I'm not saying that that's a bad show. I'm just saying that's not a
oh,
show for
that's not a show
me.
for Spencer. Yeah, I put him in
Yeah.
the limelight on purpose there for all you faithful listeners and fans. But sports anime are tough to get into, and I wanted to bring that up, but I really enjoyed it. I really did, and it's something that actually has been talked about a lot out there. Probably because, like we alluded, you know, Spencer was saying, did they win the World Cup? No, obviously they didn't. But World Cup just happened, so I think the show gained a lot of steam off of that. Two shows, no, yeah, two shows that caught my attention right away based on the picture that I want to see if you had heard of. Number one, The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel, Northern War. Have you heard of that? It's on Crunchyroll.
Mm,
Everything I'm talking about is on Crunchyroll to allude to that.
no, does not. It's not something I remember right
I think
away.
it's brand fucking new, so I don't think there's any reason for you to know. Um,
Okay, well, I've not been watching.
yeah,
What'd you say it's called?
it's called The Legend of Heroes ... Trails of Cold Steel Northern War. Outside of that, one that's got a couple of episodes but looks like it's brand new too is Arc Knights Prelude to Dawn.
I have heard of that. Can you like chill the fuck out so I can look at this, try to find this
We're
first
talking
one
about both
that you're talking about?
simultaneously. The fucking Legend one that you're gonna look up, we're gonna talk about for 10 seconds is brand fucking new. I just want to know if you think it, does it pique your interest?
I don't even, I type in Legend, it doesn't even pop up. It must suck.
Oh,
Is it on
damn.
popular
Well, now it's on my watch list. I don't know what it was on. Let's see.
or?
Let me see. Scrolling.
But no, I've not heard of that one. The other one you're talking about, yeah, the Arknight one.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that
Prelude to
one.
Dawn.
That one's been on the popular page for a while.
Really?
I
Okay.
initially that was an interesting one to watch. The cover art caught my eye on that
Me
one. I'm like,
too.
oh, okay. But when I first went to go look at it, there was only like 3 episodes. I'm like, I'm not about to start fucking.
Putting my
I got a
time into
bunch of other
this,
shit I'm watching
watching.
right now. Let
I'm so far
let me
behind.
get. Yeah, I'm like, let me wait until it gets some meat into it, and then I can start watching that.
Yeah. I'm I'm so far behind. And you obviously you know me well compared to those listening out there. Even obviously friends and family have listened out there that know me well, but don't know why maybe I watch this stuff or like how much of it I watch. And some of our friends do know, but even those don't truly know. I'm fucking bad at catching up on my shit. I'll let it build up because I'm guilty of Spencer and a couple other people just being the people I talk to and confine in this shit. And I know they won't ruin it for me, so I can get away with it. Like Game of Thrones, you couldn't get away with that shit to save your life. We bring that show up a lot because it's super fucking popular. But it's when you brought that up the other day, to compare it to Attack on Titan, I was just laughing to
Hmm.
myself. I was like, so many people love that show and so many people shit on anime, and I'm like, just imagine every person we've got to watch Attack on Titan has liked it. I don't know one person that hasn't.
Yeah,
So
no, it's been a banger.
I just want to know, you know what I mean? I want the person that's listening right now, it's like, we love listening to you because we love you, but we're not necessarily going to get into anime. Like, dude, watch that shit. Just watch it. And if we're wrong, go put it in the comments and let us know. Be like, you're a fool. The show fucking sucked. Can't wait to talk to you about it and see why. Because I know that's bullshit. But yeah, I saw the cover art to Arc Knights and I was like, I just saw the destruction and shit around, and I
Hmm.
thought kind of like
Yep.
Attack on
No,
Titan, like
exactly.
not that it's at all the same, but it's like in the wake of catastrophes. Kind of as soon as I read catastrophes, I was thinking Shield Hero. I was like, oh shit, they're using the good keywords here.
Yeah, they know how to make you key in on to
Right?
other popular stuff.
Yeah, and they're smart. That's why these guys get paid the big bucks to do the marketing. But yeah, those are ones that are piquing my interest. And one that I read, I had Trigun
Well,
Stampede.
even I'm seeing now, I finally was able to pull it up. The Legend of the Heroes,
Mm,
Trails of Cold Steel.
mm-hmm.
Uh, that is one. Yeah, when I just scroll down the list of all of these ones
Sticks
that are
out.
titled Legend, I'm like, oh, okay, this one looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I'm like, hey, what a dick, dude. This is a one episode
Uh,
fucking show right now, and he just like trying to tell me, oh, have you seen this show, dude? I'm
just
like,
so
oh
you
wow, what a
seen. I
bitch.
didn't say if you'd
What
watched
a
it.
bitch. You couldn't have waited like another couple, like a month or something.
No, because I know how you are, and if it's really good, I'll know right away. Like you're my little tester. Like if it really piques your interest, you'll watch it and you'll tell me, and then I'm like, oh, okay, it was good. All right. Let me get into this. Sometimes, obviously, I know right away. Like I lower it over your head all the time about One Piece. Seeing how I was the one that got you into that. Best show out there. And there's people that disagree with that. You know that? There's people out there that say One Piece isn't goated number one, and I just don't fucking get it. I just don't.
Yeah, People who say that obviously take meth. They don't know what they're talking about.
They obviously
Their
hate
teeth
their
are falling
life,
out.
right?
Yeah,
Like that show is just it's the best. That's yeah.
there's a disconnect. I think if anything, the people who probably say that are people who started watching it in the very early on stages. You're talking late '90s, early 2000s, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because to be frank, it probably wasn't until shit, I don't even know if I'm trying to remember what arc they get into. Probably predating Marine Ford arc. I don't know, maybe like Water 7 or something, where that like the actual
Yeah.
animation itself starts to get caught up to the big shows of that time, or a lot
Mm-hmm.
better, more with people willing to
You
watch
can
it
see the
prior to that. I mean,
difference. Yeah,
and maybe
definitely.
not. Maybe people who started watching it from day one, that's day one. How that anime was, that was top tier anime back then. I don't know. We didn't get into it till a lot later, but I think that's
Those
the
poor
hardest
fucking
part,
chumps.
along with obviously the sheer amount of content and episodes there is to go along with it, that keeps people. Because I mean, no matter, I mean, we're both, yeah, that's number one. That's number one. I mean,
No question.
over anything I will ever watch,
Mm-hmm.
that is number
One.
one. It's got it
All
all.
time.
But
Yeah.
that being the case, that is not the show I would ever recommend to somebody who's like, oh yeah, hey, I'm
Neither.
gonna
We
start
talked
watching
about
an
that.
anime,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. It's too
It's
much.
like way too
It's way
much,
too
way too
much.
much, right? Unless this is somebody who's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter how long. I don't
I
care."
want to
Like,
get
if
into
it's,
it. Yeah, then you
yeah,
watch One Piece
it's,
then.
yeah.
Because you're gonna
And
have
I
a
think
great fucking
everybody
time.
eventually finds their way into that area. I mean, whether it's you get into you start looking stuff up on the internet, you start surfing stuff through the, pages of whatever, and you start seeing memes, and you start seeing people referring to, oh, the straw hats, these, this and the other, right? Not to make it this specifically about that, but I think a lot of people that are into anime eventually find themselves
Drawn to One
on the
Piece.
path. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're anyone that's anyone, especially if you're out there and you like anime and you don't agree with us, you get on Instagram. We got Twitter too, guys. We got it all. We got a link tree. You can click in the description down the bottom of the episode here on Spotify. Takes you to all that shit. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Because if you disagree with that, we've got to fucking know. Like I've got to know why you think that. And we can go into it forever, but we still got a good amount of time in the show. We're going to talk to you guys about that. But One Piece big discussion will be a multiple episode thing down the road when we sit down and really write everything down and fucking we're going to get all of our facts straight. I mean, it's goated to us, number one, but I need to know because there's people out there, man. I'm telling you, there's people out there that think it is not the number one show, and that just doesn't sit right with me. But moving along, I saw something else on Crunchyroll before we start talking about other platforms for a little bit, and when we get to the end of the show, we got I don't know if we call it big news, but something we want to do with the show that we're very interested in, which will tie into the comments and other stuff. But the Misfit of Demon King Academy is there? It's showing me like there's a new season, but when I read the comments, they're from 2020. So I wonder if they just have comments from both seasons, I think is what it is. They don't differentiate the reviews, I think, between seasons. So I think that's why it's throwing me off right now. But looks like the second season, first episode just came out. It's subbed, you know what I mean? But it looks like season 2 of the Misfit of Demon King Academy just started. And I believe that's the one I like the most out of the demon ones that I've kind of seen recently. That's the one where where he's fucking the dude up over and over again and bringing, you know what I'm talking about? I don't want to ruin it for anyone. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So it looks like the second season started. Are you excited for that one? How do you feel? How do you feel about that show?
Yeah, I did not realize. I mean, I watched all the first one. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize the second one had come out yet. Again, I'm
I
kind
just
of
noticed. I just fucking you up.
doucher one episode. Yeah. I could have just
Not
naturally
known.
found, yeah, naturally found that it was out in a few weeks from now, and now I need to know that it's out, and I see that there's only
And now
one
I've got
episode,
to
but
wait every week. I just like fucking you up for all the
uh-huh.
times you fucked me up,
Mhm.
like Kingdom.
Mhm. Mhm.
Remember when you did that? Yeah.
Mhm.
And now you tell your boy Anthony, and I mean he's all caught up, but he's even luckier than me because he got to really binge it. I had to fucking suffer too a little bit, you know. It wasn't even. I was like, what's gonna happen, dude? What happened? You're like, dude, the show's just not there anymore. Like they got. I was like, great. So you just gave me a show that's amazing, and now they're done with it. And you're like, well, it'll probably come back, man. Manga's huge. Manga's huge, bro. Like it'll
And was I wrong?
and
Was I
you
wrong? Was I
I had to
wrong?
wait. But I had to wait. So you're telling me you're mad about the month. You might have
Mhm.
had to wait for
Mhm.
Misfit Dinky. And I had to wait at what was it, 2 years at least? I don't even know. Longer than that, probably. So yeah. You think I'm gonna fucking feel bad for you? Fuck no. Fuck
Yeah, I
no.
mean, to be to be frank, this is nowhere in the realm of
Whoa,
Kingdom, but
yeah. So Kingdom. I don't mean to
um,
drag you into the Misfit of Demon King Academy. That's it doesn't
yeah,
even hold a candle to you.
it's a solid show. So
Solid show. Solid show. In the
I'll
demon
definitely,
category. In the demon category. Solid show.
yeah, definitely be watching it. Definitely got, his little harem going on, and
You know,
that's right up
hey,
my
so I look at
alley.
the girl in
And
the red, and she's got like some big. What are those called?
well, he ends up. I don't want to ruin it.
There you
Right? Yeah, that
go.
was
See,
close. I almost
watch
just
your mouth. You almost pulled a Jason, bro. Gotta be careful.
Dude. Well, that's what you're asking for. You're being all stupid over here, like you don't know the show. You watched it and you can't remember anything about it. I'm like, oh, I see this chick over here. I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't. I don't. I have to watch too many shows and I forget. You know me. It's if you're not big time, I start to lose some details. Sorry, guys. I'm not sorry though. It is a solid, like you said, solid show. Do you remember everything
No,
about
it
every
is. It's a
solid
good one.
show? No, you remember this one because she's got, so it's got that little flavor fan service you like. That's why you remember
Well,
it.
that's not even why I remember it. It's because I
That's some
had to open
savageness.
it back up and I'm
Uh,
looking at it. I'm like, oh, okay. As I see kind of the little thumbnails, I'm like, oh, fuck, that's right. This one, this one, this one.
I know. I got on mine on too. I got my watch
You
right
know, you
here. I
you
see
you
it.
remember a little bit of things as you see it. I've kind of got like that videographic memory going on here.
Dude,
So
okay, Wiz, calm the fuck down. Damn. I didn't. It's gonna be a little more. I'm going off memory, when we're switching it up to some of these other platforms here because I don't have the fucking logins on my computer for all the shit to pull it up and be a pro. Like we said, we kind of go off the cuff with this. So I don't know how much you have really looked at all the shows on Netflix. I'm going to mention some. I don't know if you'll be able to mention any in contrast to what I'm going to say. But Netflix, we're assuming a lot of you guys out there got Netflix. That's where we're not banking on it by any means, but you're an American. I mean, come on, everyone's got fucking Netflix, and if you're not even American, you
even
live
if
in
you're not, yeah, they got
it's
hella people
worldwide.
overseas that got their fucking
It's
Netflix, dude.
worldwide. Yeah,
You over here, you
you,
close-minded
no,
fuck
no,
again,
no, no,
dude.
no, no. But wait, their shit is different than ours. Sometimes they have restrictions. Did you know that? That you go to Netflix in other countries, they don't have all the same shows that we've got.
What are you talking about, like North Korea?
Not just. Does anyone in North Korea even fucking have Netflix except for Kim
That's what I'm
Jong Un
saying. I don't know. What
himself?
kind of restrictions are you talking about here?
I'm not saying necessarily restrictions like that. I'm saying they just have a very they're catering to their audience. They're not Americans. They don't all watch what we fucking watch. Yes, the pinnacle of stuff, Star Trek's, Game of Thrones, fucking Star Wars, right? Yes, obviously that's going to be fucking everywhere, but anime might not be. I don't fucking know. It's popular in our country. It's gaining hella steam. We know it's popular in fucking Japan, but do we know for sure it's popular everywhere else? I don't fucking know that. Like,
I think it's pretty popular throughout Asia.
well,
And Asia is massive, massive portion of the world.
huge.
So
Yeah, I mean, billion plus last I checked. I mean, 1/7 at least. Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you 100%. Why are you trying to make me look bad, huh, dude? What's up with that?
I'm just saying, you out here spouting some nonsense. I'm like, what the fuck's this guy talking about?
Okay, so worldwide, everyone's got Netflix, and that's why I'm gonna mention a couple of these
I bet
shows.
they
What are
even
we gonna
got
say?
that shit in Ukraine right now. I bet they even got that shit in Ukraine right now, dude. They're probably still watching Netflix over
As
there.
the building's shaking next to him. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, come on. Don't get me
I mean,
going.
barring the internet outage, power outage,
Jesus.
have to go out there and fight off some Russians.
So
Whatever.
whatever. The Red Scare, dude. Gotta fucking pop them back. That was a callback, by the way, for anyone that was said last episode. Just saying. Yeah, Netflix, right? Huge platform worldwide. And anime is making its way on it, and there are more and more shows and more like original shows too, which which I found very interesting, which I've been, kind of telling you about over the years, seeing how you hadn't had Netflix in years, and you finally got back onto it, and I just want your take on like just like looking at pictures because I'm sure you've kind of scrolled through. Is there stuff out there that piques your interest that you haven't really seen on Crunchyroll?
On Crunchyroll or on
On
Netflix?
no, stuff that you've seen on Netflix that you don't see on Crunchyroll. So obviously not the crossover ones that we already know. Like obviously One Piece and
Yeah,
Bleach
the
and a lot
ones
of
that
stuff. The big ones are on Netflix. The ones that are not,
right, like
the
the
ones you see on
main
Netflix,
shows.
yeah, the ones that are on Netflix that you don't see on Crunchyroll is what I was referencing.
Yeah, no, I think there's definitely been a couple that have caught my eye. I think what's tricky about the one on with Netflix is that they got so much other stuff on there. You're like, oh, geez, okay, you
I
get
want to
caught
watch
up in
this.
watching
Oh
all the
yeah,
yeah,
I
and all the
knew
other like
it.
kind of different shows on there. But
Yeah.
there's been a handful on there that I'm like I hadn't heard of before, or I had heard of before, and they don't have them on Funimation, they don't have it on Crunchyroll or whatever,
And they
right? I'm
have it
like,
there, yeah.
oh shit, okay, but they got it on here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as ones that are specific to Netflix, I'm not well versed in
Yeah,
yet.
of
That's
course.
one that I've just gotten back into, so there's only
I'm not even that well
really
versed to be honest. Like I have stuff on my list, but I've only watched a handful because Crunchyroll and Funimation are such big hitters and have pretty much everything. But the reason I mention all of this, excuse me a second, drinking a little sip of water there. Was because I recommended a show recently, and I think you kind of had, a little bit of an adverse reaction compared to mine, and I found that very interesting. So we obviously don't want to give away too much, but the show I'm referencing right now is Vinland Saga. It is on Netflix. It is all dubbed. Oh, and I'll bring up a point that I brought up to you before too, but we'll bring it up after this. I loved the show, to be honest. I see what Spencer said about some of the characters that definitely I was like, okay, like I could see where he's coming from. But overall, the realism of the show, set in the Viking era, the savagery in it, I thought the story was pretty well written. I don't view this as a spoiler. Maybe we'll put a little waiver and disclaimer on there to let people know. But when I say time skip, I don't think that's necessarily a spoil. I think that's just going to be the kind of show you're going to watch because there's plenty of them out there. And I don't need to know right away before I watch one, but it's always kind of interesting when I do know to see how well done it is. And I do think they do a pretty good job in this one. But what did you feel about the show? I know you felt a little bit different than I
Yeah, and to be fair, I didn't say it was a bad show. The show itself was okay.
Okay,
I
there
didn't
you
think
go.
it was my take, and what you've been so upset with is that I was like, wow, you hyped me up on this show so fucking hard, like, bro, you gotta watch this now. This is the show. I was like, oh
Remind
fuck,
me of
okay, dude, like
Kingdom, to be honest.
this is a fucking banger. I need to get into this shit. I need to watch it now. And what did I do? Right
You
after you
did.
sent me those text
You
messages,
did.
I was like, "Oh fuck, dude. Okay, I got the JG approval
Oh,
stamp of get
jeez.
on this,
That's true. I
dude."
did do that. I did.
And I'm like, okay, all right, if you say so, I'm getting on there, right? I get on there, and it wasn't bad. I think the first gosh, I'm trying to remember now. First three or four, you're kind of like, okay, here's your standard build up. It's I like the world, I like the the time era,
Yeah.
everything that's kind of going on. Definitely looks interesting, and then it gets to a point where it starts to get into really what's going on, and everything kind of breaks down into what the show is going to be about. And
Wasn't the most appealing to you.
no, I thought it was super. I don't want to say generic. You don't have a whole lot of Viking like anime out there, but just in terms of the story, I thought the story was pretty linear, was very predictable, wasn't anything. Until the end of the show, there was obviously there's a few things in between that I was like, oh fuck, okay, I didn't see that one coming. I'm not
Definitely.
not even gonna front on that, but a lot of it you were like, oh okay, great, yeah, no shit this was about to happen. Oh shit, no shit
Yeah.
this is gonna happen.
There
Like,
are definitely plenty of
and I
moments like
think,
that.
when you think of some of the main characters, there were some that I'm like, this is a fucking main character right here, and there's others that I'm like, you know, this is not a main character without, I mean,
Without ruining it. I
it's
get you.
yeah.
I get
So
you. Yeah. So that's just, if you're listening and you're this deep with us in the show, that we have a differing opinion on that. So it'd be, if you have Netflix, which we assume you do, get on there. Watch that shit. Tell
yeah,
us what you think. Because we would love to
and I
settle
think
this debate.
really just boils down to, after that fact, right? You lost my
Mm-hmm.
faith, so now you have to earn
Re-earn
it
it. And
back
this
with
is
some.
see, he's just telling you this, guys. Like, this is not news to me. This happens all the time. Like, I tell him I really like a show, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, that was pretty good," and then he won't listen to me for like 6 months, and then throughout that time, there's like 3 or 4 shows minimum that he takes like a month or two to watch on me, and he fucking loves them. So don't really listen to him. He's full of shit. He loves a
Mm,
lot of the shows that I
mm,
suggest.
yeah,
80%
I think
clip.
the past.
I'm at 80%
Yeah, I think the
clip
past
minimum.
what four or five shows you recommended have been on the or this fucking sucks or
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm not
just think
watching
that
this fucking
you're a
thing.
bitch for
I
that.
gave it a
So,
shot. I gave you your 6
Mob
episodes.
Psycho 100 is not
Um,
that bad. We'll just, let's
I
just,
didn't.
you think it
Yeah,
sucks. You
hey,
think
I'm
it
not out here
sucks.
throwing any names. I'm just saying
I'm throwing the name out
there's
there.
there's
I want
there's
people
a
listening
hundred
that are
percent
fans to
to
know. I want them to know.
there's two
You think it
shows for sure I
sucks.
watched your 6 episodes of, and I didn't think it sucks. I just didn't think it was hyped up like you made it hyped up, and I
I said it was.
no interest in watching it.
That's not fair. That's not fair. I said this is a hyped up fucking show. I'm gonna check it out. I said I liked it. I could see why there's some hype around it. You should check it out. I did not definitively say hype this shit the fuck up. Why don't you, take, get my wife's
Mm-hmm,
name out of your
mm-hmm,
mouth before I slap you on a stage.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about
Except for I have
that.
no wife, guys. Sorry, I was totally just copying Will Smith there. But yeah. Anyways, Mob Psycho 100. It's another show out there. I think that actually is on Netflix too. To be frank, that's a big one that kind of like, despite you not liking it that much, a lot of people out there like. I don't know if you saw the hype around it. Did you at least see that?
No, I know it's got like 3 seasons, doesn't it? The
Mm-hmm.
third
Mm-hmm.
season just
Third season
recently
just
came out or
finished, I
something.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No, it's obviously a well enjoyed show.
not for you.
I didn't enjoy the first 6 episodes.
Yeah.
That was a struggle to get through.
Man, let us know, guys. I say it all the time, but that's what's going to drive this show down the road is these comments, because this guy is fucking on crack. We need to know, and maybe I'm on crack for like in Vinland Saga. Maybe you guys are going to be like, "Yeah, Spencer's right, dude. I know who the main character
The show
is."
itself was not bad. Everything else
That's
in
the feeling
between
you
and
gave me.
how big and good you made it seem to
It
be.
was.
Yes,
It was
yeah, that
good.
there were aspects of it to where I'm like, wow, I can't believe I just fucking wasted my time watching this fucking show. But overall, and we'll see. I think the second season's coming out soon. Maybe they're
It
gonna
is.
be a
It
lot
is.
better,
It
and
is. It
we're gonna
is. You're
see.
right. It's two
It's gonna
days.
turn the
Two
page, and
days
it's
from
gonna be like,
now.
holy shit!
And
Okay,
what's
here we
dope
go.
about
Like
Netflix is
this is what they should have done season
What's
one.
dope about Netflix is like, it comes all out at one time. I don't think it doesn't go like episode by episode. They release the whole fucking thing. That's why I like Netflix. So even though it takes some time for the new seasons to come out, the whole thing gets released. It's not a week by week fucking thing. So Not that I
Oh shit.
necessarily hate that, but yeah, the whole thing. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're changing it up now, but I'm pretty sure. But yeah, other shows on Netflix, big time probably shows. Unless you disagree with me here, Spencer. Seven Deadly Sins. I think that's one that is not necessarily on every platform. They got it all on Netflix. They might have it on some other ones,
Yeah,
but not the whole
yeah.
thing. Because you said you've watched the
That
first
yeah,
season
I've
on
seen the
Funimation, but
first
not
two.
or
Yeah, I
two
think I've seen
seasons. Yeah,
two first seasons.
yeah.
Yeah, haven't seen anything beyond that, but
No, you can.
yeah, that's solid. That's a
It's on
solid one. That's a
Netflix.
good
That's a
one.
good one. Definitely great. Meliodas, one of the main protagonists. Love him. Hilarious and serious at the same time. Shows that pull it off, I like a lot. Like the serious and the joking. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know. Something about the writing on that is like I'm like, that's my kind of show. But yeah, I mean, we could sit here and talk about a lot of other ones. There is a bunch. Maybe we'll mention them down the road, but we want you guys to maybe come to us and be like, "Oh, did you see this one on Netflix?" So that it's not always me telling Spencer; it's one of you guys, so that he can shit on you and not shit on me. I need you guys to take some of the pressure off of me because this is a full time job. So, moving right along, Hulu. I'm watching Bleach on that. We've talked about this a little bit off air, right? I'm getting back into it. Show is really good. I was watching a lot of other shows at the time, years and years ago when we were watching this, and I stopped watching it because I was watching other shit, and just like one of the voice actors changed, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna watch it. But that was a dumb reason not to watch the show. And now that the new shit's out, I gotta watch it. So kind of fucked myself. So I'm just gonna end up, I gotta watch like what fucking 100 more episodes. I don't even know, a lot more. So I was watching some of that last night. I'm at the part where the Zompok toes. Oh, spoiler! If you're a Bleach fan, you haven't watched it, just stop listening now because we're getting close to the end of the show anyway. So don't listen to me anymore. But spoiler if you don't care. Zompok toe got eaten by the God. What the fuck do they call them? The shit they fight against normally. They're called sword beasts. That's what this enemy's called. I don't know if you remember that part in Bleach, but that's where I'm at. Just to give you an update. Maybe someone out there knows what I'm talking about. They're like, "Oh yeah, Jason, you dumbass, it's this part." That'd be pretty
Yeah, no,
funny.
you're getting there. You're getting there.
Yeah. So can't wait for that. What about you? What have you been watching? What have you been checking out? I've been just gushing this whole time about what I think looks good. What about you?
Well, it's not like you've been watching them, and like you said, you spoiled it all for everybody. I just finished Vinland Saga, so I spent a couple days watching that. So I have not gotten
You
into
finished
any
that
other
a
show.
couple of days ago. Don't give me that shit. You could
Yeah, a
have.
couple of days ago. And what happened a couple of days ago? Break was over
What?
and had to go back to work, had to go back to the real world. So,
I
fucking
did
got
too.
all
I have to go
day
back to the
like
real
you
world.
do.
That's not fair. You still have a great schedule.
Yeah,
That's not fair. Okay.
yeah, your real world's different than my real world.
Most definitely is, but and it sucks for you because you
No,
gotta go
but
through
there's
it
a
mentally
couple.
and physically. I just gotta go through it mentally.
Yeah, well, yeah, but there are a few. I've just been watching the little upset. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Golden Kamuy. This been on like hiatus for like over a month, 2 months now.
Mm.
So waiting for that next episode to come out.
Yeah.
So watching. I was bummed out, and obviously understandable. Christmas break. Thought we were gonna get a One Piece. Thought we were gonna get My Hero
Didn't get one. No,
Academia.
I was upset too. I was gonna get
Yeah.
myself caught up, and I was realized there wasn't one yet. So I was like, "Well, fuck
And
it.
so
Might as well wait."
that was
Yeah.
unfortunate. Oh shit! Actually, no, you're right. I'm tripping. I'm a liar. I
What?
did just finish the Faraway
That's
Paladin.
oh, you bitch. That's right. And would you?
I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
you said you were like about it, huh?
Yeah, no, it was all right. I think the beginning, the first four, really drew me in. I
Yeah,
watched the first
and
four
then it slowed
episodes like
down.
right away, and then it
Yeah.
was like the next three after that were kind of. I watched the first four in a night. Next, like over a span of several days, it took me to get through past three, just
Mm.
because
Mm-hmm.
didn't
It happens
get drawn
sometimes.
into it that much. I was on my phone, I was doing other stuff, and I was like,
I do that with
I'm
shows
not,
too.
I'm not sucked into this show right now. It
Let me
hasn't
switch.
grabbed my attention
Yeah.
very well. And then it flipped again towards the later half of it. I was like, oh shit, okay, here we go. Now we got some shit going on. Um, Yeah, and overall, it was a solid show overall for sure. It was definitely
Didn't My Hero Academia not have a one that come out, or they just had a new one though, right? I thought it was
the
on.
no, the new episode didn't come out last week either.
Okay,
Hopefully it comes out
I think
tonight
it's
or
saying new right
today,
now. I'm
tomorrow.
looking at it right now. It's saying new
Yeah, which I think is unfortunately going to be maybe the last
of the
episode of this.
season. I know. God, you know how I told you I ruined it for myself on Twitter? That episode, dude. Was it this last one or was it the one before? The dance,
For
Dobby's
My Hero
dance.
Academia.
Yeah, what was that name of the
Yeah.
dude? Just tantalizing, dude. Just the whole speech, looking at Endeavor. Oh my God. Whew. Get the chills, get the willies. Yeah, amazing show. Oh yeah, for those that maybe don't know what the fuck we're talking about, My Hero Academia. I think we did say it, but just in case, great, great fucking show. That one is top notch. That's one that like throws you for a loop. Comes off very friendly in the start and just gets more and more and more savage as it goes along. I remember I told you to
Yeah, I
get
think one of
into the
the
season sooner, right? I was telling you like, oh, this is another one where I said I thought it was really savage. You didn't agree.
early in the season as far as savagery. No, yeah, I didn't think it was, and until there's a certain point where certain
Yeah, without ruining it, obviously.
Poppy
Mm-hmm.
character has some shit happen, and at that point, that was like, okay, here now we've turned the page.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I didn't think this season so far had been all that crazy, but not to say other aspects of this show haven't been like that,
Yeah.
but
No.
that specific point to where you up to at that point, savage, yeah, it's good, it's good, it's
We
absolutely
have a
good, and
different
I'd watch
definition
it
of
again right
savage.
now, but it wasn't savage as I thought savage.
Yeah.
So,
No. Fair
but
enough.
then from there on to pretty much where this probably today's new episode is savage as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh man, 56 minutes in, dude. We just get lost in conversation. We want to go over an hour down the road, but for now we're trying to keep it to an hour to keep people kind of hooked in. The news that I was going to bring up at the end of the show is that our idea going forward for some of these episodes is that we're going to interview people. So if you do have interest and you're like, fuck yeah, I want to get interviewed, whether you like it or dislike, or I mean, you like it or dislike it, either way, we want to talk to you. So whether you know us personally and you could just reach out to us because you know how to, but if not, all of our inquiries are going to go through Instagram and Twitter. If you reach out to us there at Highly Animated P, we will get back to you, and we'd love to talk to people about it. I don't think there was much more we were going to discuss in this show. Forward shows, music and anime, voice actors. Maybe we'll start talking about some mangas and Spencer can school me in that shit and tell me what's what because I have no fucking idea, to be honest. But why don't you wrap it up, Spencer? I don't think you've done a little ending. Why don't you send us off? Anything you want to say to the folks out there? No? Absolutely nothing? Did we lose you right here at the very end? Oh, I think we lost him, folks. That's all going to be edited out right there.
And I think probably the last thing we should say
Oh, there
about
you are.
what was
You just
going
came
on.
back. Anyways, keep going.
What's that?
There's a huge breakup there. We'll have to look at it.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, well. We're running out of time here, so
Mm-hmm.
we're probably gonna want to be wrapping it up. But I think probably one of the bigger things, like we wanted to mention early on, definitely reach out, let us know feedback, what you're thinking about things, how we could do things better, things you're interested in, opinions you think Jason's bat crazy, like I do on some of these shows. You think hey, you don't like Mob Psycho, dude? You don't know anime? Hey, let me have it. I'll let you know. Um, just kind of the engagement, I think, is a lot easier for us to curtail to maybe what you want to be hearing, but at the same time, still keeping the overall view of, hey, we're just trying to bring in your average person, somebody who might not necessarily be well versed in it. Hey, I think this is a kiddie thing, whatever the case may be. Which is, I think, a great reason why we bring in Netflix and allow Netflix to be kind of that bridge between,
The
hey, look, it's
focal
on
point.
Netflix. It's got to be somewhat popular. It's got to be at this level of acceptable. So yeah, I think that's really good end point there.
Awesome. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Check us out next time.
All right.